First big snow of January 2025. As you can see, I've emptied some of the wood racks, but I've still got these two. I try and keep track by putting a date when I finish stacking the wood so I can do first in, first out, FIFO. This was black locust that I planted a patch of. Advised by the regional or district forester, I guess you'd say, from Indiana's Department of Natural Resources. And also I got a little booklet that Purdue University published called the Energy Acres, and they told you how to set up a wood lot with black locust and then clear cut it, and it would grow back really fast because it used the same roots. So this is the first cutting, and I suppose these got planted in probably 1990, the early 90s, and they were kind of starting to encroach on the road, so I started on that patch. Now they said you'd need 5 acres, but we've only got a total of 5 acres. But it seems like the other species are growing enough too. We planted some oak. I've got a lot of oak, red oak for the first time. And mulberry, of course, that comes up by itself. I love that as a firewood. Cherry has come up by itself too. It's a pioneer species, as is cedar in the area because the birds spread those. Alright, so this old wheelbarrow, the pan rusted out, and I needed something to move the concrete blocks and bricks from our house project anyway, so I put this plywood bed on it. And I use it so many more times than I'd use the replacement wheelbarrow that has a tub. This one, it just does everything. Now that's the first time through my little path after a 10-inch or so snow. So I'm not going. So you can see I just cleared a snow shovel width path because we're getting a real cold snap and I didn't have enough wood stuck behind the house. Going down the lane, I did kind of clear this with my tractor and blade, but in general the wood is all downhill to the house from the wood racks. I did stack some wood before the snow came, but apparently not enough. Let's see how I navigate this hillside. Not too bad. Bit of the snow off. Alright, so we didn't really think about it when we built the house, but this walkout basement is just perfect for heating with wood. Just in and around, we've got the one room in the walkout basement here that has the wood stove, and I get this at my leisure. But then before that, during the evening usually, I fill up the wood box inside the wood room, or the wood stove room, and that'll last us through the night and into the next morning, so I don't have to come out here and mess with it. Also, I can take the ashes out. I've got some ashes that I took out and they've gone cold now. We've got a deck above, and of course the rain would drip through. And it's taken me a couple of years, but I've figured out how to get a tarp kind of pleated, so with the heavy rain it'll all just shoot out instead of ballooning. And it keeps the snow off the wood pile pretty well too. It's easy to go up the hill when you're empty. We load 2 out of, I don't know, probably half a dozen if I don't get too tired. So these wood racks are sort of a combination between wood rack and privacy fence. And they seem to work pretty good. Not sure they're really in the best spot. There's trees on both sides that kind of keep the breeze down. I've started filling this rack, and I feel I'm a little behind this year on harvesting wood for next year, and eventually I'd like to get enough so I have it seasoning for 2 years, but so far it seems like I'm usually just using one season wood. They say if you can cut it and stack it before Easter, then you can burn it in the fall, but some of this wood is pretty hard to dry, so dense and heavy. But locust still burns good even if it's not seasoned as well as I'd like. Now if I'm just doing nearby wood, I will actually roll it uphill in the wheelbarrow after I cut it and split it, and then stack it. But I call that my CrossFit training, because you rotate between, cutting with the chainsaw, and then you switch to splitting, and I tend to do all that by hand, although I need to really get my wood splitter running again. It's kind of a small one, and if you catch it at the right time, you can split it by hand really with less work. But anyway, and then wheel bearings. So they're using the wheelbarrow. So if you do those things, a little bit of each, one load at a time, then I think it kind of, gives you variation in what it's doing to your muscles and body and that. So I tend to really enjoy that. But if I've got a big tree far away, like a lot of this was out by the road, which is, over a couple hundred yards at least, then I will drag the logs here very close with my tractor and boom pole, and then cut it to length and split it here. Some other times I've got a little trailer for the tractor, and I will cut it at least to length and sometimes split it on site, and then bring the load from the trailer up close. Not really paying attention to how I'm stacking here, so it doesn't like rolling out. If I'm ambitious, I'll use a bungee to strap it down, but I think with the snowy grass, this is probably more than I can handle anyway. focused wood pad or wood lot, I guess, behind me. There's my kind of junk equipment stacked there. Well, I thought I'd give you a view of the house. Kitty, you gonna come down here and visit? There's Kitty. Come on. Yeah, come up here. Yeah, there's our, that's my little buddy. What? What is it, buddy? Look out, I don't want to squish you.